Tonight in London, the stars glittered and the crowds bayed for the world premiere of a movie that's 15 years old.
I wasn't the iceberg. I didn't kill 2,000 people.
Billy Zane hasn't changed much, and there's James Cameron and his wife Susie. They met on the movie, which Cameron has remastered and turned 3D. That's what premiered tonight. And Cameron almost took it a step further.
And action.
Because since he filmed it, Cameron has become a Titanic obsessive.
It hit first here.
Years of research that have revealed mistakes he made, tempting new detail.
I suppose there was a moment where fleetingly it passed through my mind that I could correct the film and have it actually match what Titanic really looked like.
And who
I
sensibly talked you out of that?
No. Another part of my mind that said no. Then you're going to be a nutter standing on the street corner, babbling away.
I wonder if you've kind of almost become too obsessed in the detail.
If you want to use the term obsession, that's fine.
I see the wreck.
Since making Titanic, he's dived that wreck dozens of times in a submersible.
Sure, we found places where the set was wrong. A little bit, just that this was wrong, that was wrong, there's glass missing from a door, things like that.
This movie is maybe 99% right, but Cameron now knows it's not perfect. Remember this pivotal scene? Cameron now knows the way Titanic sank and the way Jack and Rose clung for dear life.
Do not let go of my hand!
Probably didn't happen exactly that way.
There was actually probably a moment where it was standing quite proud of the water, but it wasn't quite as dramatic and as static as we showed it in the film. It probably wasn't straight up. It was probably at an angle.
3, 5, 3 meters.
A little artistic license, a minor mistake is totally fine from a director who's gone this deep.
I thought I'd thought of everything about Titanic.
He was wrong.
Longitudinal flow over
Cameron
the
just gathered 8
only
of the
to break
world's
map,
top Titanic experts for an upcoming National Geographic documentary called Titanic: The Final Word.
Unhinged, solid brass hinges.
They analyzed locations of seemingly innocuous shards of debris, they ran models, and found unlikely heroes.
Every single time they flooded the ship in this computer model and ran all these simulations, it always tipped over to one side or the other. But Titanic didn't do that.
Think of the recent Costa Concordia disaster off Italy. Most ships that flounder tip onto their sides. Titanic, as Cameron showed us, stayed upright.
None of the people from the engineering spaces survived.
Those sweaty, nameless guys we saw in the movie.
I think what we learned from that is that they were working right until the very last, running pumps, doing things, moving water around in the tanks to keep that ship as level as they could so the lifeboats could be launched down both sides. And those lifeboats all got away.
All right, Jim.
All right, buddy.
Cameron nearly missed tonight's premiere because just yesterday he was at the bottom of the Mariana Trench in the Western Pacific, 7 miles down, the deepest spot in our world's oceans.
It's the darkest, most remote place that I think you could find on this planet.
With creatures that don't have eyes.
Yeah, they either have no eyes at all or they have eyes that are adapted for seeing the bioluminescence of other deep ocean animals so that they can go either mate with them or prey on them, about the only two things on their mind down there. Pretty much like us.
Only 2 other humans have ever been down that deep, back in 1962.
Steady, guys, steady, steady.
And they went together. Cameron went alone.
I'm quite surprised that you're still alive.
Well, I'm not. I've got some good engineers.
Welcome back, man.
If we thought we were going to dive in the sub, we'd be idiots,
Man, this is a long way down. When you go past Titanic and then you go past Bismarck.
And he's a smart guy. He's a trailblazing, oceanographic explorer.
In other words, you're not finishing the line. It's... You almost don't want to say it.
And a perfectionist movie maker who turned Titanic 3D.
It's a horrific process, it's mind-numbing, really, but it has to be done right.
He says, and I agree, it's better in 3D.
Well, now, of course, you're in a cinema, it's not real, it was filmed 15 years ago. Kate and Leo don't look like that anymore, but there's a part of your brain that's saying, hey, we got to take this seriously because this is three-dimensional. Your mind is being tricked to think that you're really there. So now the emotions count more.
And even after all that research, it's the same movie.
You didn't change your frame?
No, I didn't change a frame. Ship still sinks at the end. Jack still dies.
so stupid. Why'd you do that, huh?
And millions of people will flock to see the movie again. And one more thing, near, far. I'm Nick Watt for Nightline in London.